Survival difficulty. Class 3. Sensory confusion. Description. Level 610 is a small enclosed room with an appearance similar to level 12. The walls, floor, and ceiling are all bright white. The whole level consists of nothing but an old-fashioned light switch on a wall. The light in this level is stable, but the light source is unknown. Wanderers who have entered this level describe the light as dazzling. It is reported that long-term exposure to such light will cause wanderers to contract snow blindness. It is recommended that wanderers wear sunglasses when exploring this level to reduce eye damage caused by bright light. Wanderers cannot contact each other within this level. If more than one wanderer no-clips into level 610 at the same time, they will be separated into multiple identical and completely independent rooms. Lights on state. Before pressing the first light switch, the level is in the lights on state. Under the lights on state, wanderers will be aware that they are being gazed at, but they will not be able to identify a source. This usually makes wanderers feel extremely nervous and uneasy. They will look around and try to find the source of the gaze. At this time, wanderers tend to ignore the impact of bright light on their vision and will hallucinate under long-term direct light and mental hazards. 1. The hallucinations generally include laughter from outside the room, color distortion, visual distortion and double vision, especially around the periphery of one's vision. Red capillary-shaped twisted lines around the periphery of one's vision. The appearance of the shadows and desayers too. The creatures appearing in the hallucination are usually mistaken for gazes, and their appearance will cause the wanderers to uncontrollably turn off the lights to stop this type of gaze. Lights off state. After pressing the first light switch, the level will be in the lights off state. Under the lights off state, pressing any switch will cause more switches to appear, and the number of switches that appear each time is the same as the total number of switches pressed so far. 3. Pressing any switch cannot turn the level back to its lights on state. Turning off the light does not remove the light from the room, instead turning all objects and the wanderer completely black, causing the environment to appear completely dark. Due to the light still being present, wanderers can still observe objects and entities within the room as well as hallucinations brought on by the level. This kind of dark yet clear visual experience usually makes wanderers feel immense unease and increases their melanophobia greatly. No clipping is impossible during the lights off state. Notice, the MEG hasn't found any stable way to turn the level back to the lights on state so far, but most wanderers who entered level 610 successfully escaped. If you turn off the light, believe that you can escape. Don't let your fear prevail. Meglogo. MEG bettering humanity. Entities. No real entity is found in this level, but the creatures appearing in wanderers' hallucinations are classified as specific entities in the level because they are commonly encountered. An image drawn by an MEG member according to the description of wanderers. The shadow. The shadow usually appears to be translucent black and is white during the lights off state. They usually appear in units of 3 to 5 individuals and encircle the affected wanderers or float on the ceiling. They cannot be captured by any kind of image recording equipment. Their appearance varies, but they all have 2 common features: sawteeth and eye-shaped hollow structures. They never show any sort of aggression. Presumably, they are incapable of harming the wanderer. The shadow has been confirmed to be hallucinations created by wanderers in this level, though the commonality of such hallucinations requires further investigation. The clearest photo of the desayer available. Desayer. It is still being debated whether the desayer is an entity or a type of hallucination, though the MEG temporarily classifies it as a unique entity of level 610. Differing from the shadow, desayers are consistently spotted alone and never in a group. When a wanderer's vision is weakened to a certain extent due to the impact of dazzling light, desayer will appear simultaneously with the disappearance of the shadows. Desayer can be photographed, but for unknown reasons, the existing photos of desayer have been distorted to varying degrees. Because this entity can be recorded by image recording equipment, credence is lended to the theory that this is a real entity and not just a hallucination conjured up by a wanderer's hysteria. Similarly to the shadows, Desayer never shows signs of aggression. Desayer will look at the affected wanderer with eyes that cover its entire body. Some wanderers claim that it can see through your innermost fear. Bases, outposts and communities. Due to the special nature of the level, there are no known bases, outposts, or communities. Entrances and exits. Entrances. It is said that pressing the light switch in the world's quietest room in level 6 will send one to level 610, but this statement has not been verified. Walking 200 miles in level 33 and no clipping into a wall leads to level 610. Exits. No clipping into a wall during the lights on state leads to level 12. Footnotes. 1. It's also assumed that this is caused by the entities in this level. 2. Both are classified as specific entities of this level. 3. For example, if a wanderer has pressed the switch 3 times and then presses another switch, 4 new switches will appear.